2027 general elections, which is still over 2 years away, with civil society organizations calling for transformative electoral reforms and the protection of civic freedoms. The call was made at the unveiling of the key policy outputs from the civic space, poverty and elections in Nigeria, with the acronym CISPEN project, during the dissemination workshop in Abuja, organized by the African Center for Leadership, Strategy and Development, known as the Center LSD, in partnership with the Women's Rights Advancement and Protections Alternative, RAPA.
In a proactive and decisive move to strengthen democratic governance and inclusion in Nigeria, the Women's Rights Advancement and Protection Alternative, in collaboration with the Africa Center for Leadership, Strategy and Development Center, presented key outputs of the Civic Space, Poverty and Election in Nigeria project.
These are not just documents. They are advocacy tools meant to shape reforms, influence policy, and mobilize action across sectors. Temporarily, RAPA contribution has ensured that gender equity, inclusion, and affirmative action remain at the heart of the advocacy.
In the run-up to the 2023 elections, Nigerians were very enthusiastic about the elections. And INEC gave us assurance upon assurance that the election will be free and transparent. But their inability to update the IREF as elections were taking place put a lot of doubt on the credibility of the elections. And many people think that INEC leadership is key.
In his keynote address titled Towards a Free, Fair and Credible Elections in Nigeria, presented by the Social Development Alternative, Hussaini Abdul painted a sobering picture of the country's democratic state. He warned that unless bold reforms are undertaken, Nigeria risks sinking deeper into public delusionment and staying further from democratic ideas.
As Nigeria approaches the post-Mahmoud Yakubu era, we stand at a crossroad. We can continue with the business as usual, where every appointment raises suspicion and every election begins under a cloud. Or we can seize this moment to entrench a system that restores trust in the electoral process for a generation to come.
To address these concerns, Center LSD and RAPA proposed a new framework, the Strive Index, to guide further electoral reforms. The index focuses on transparency in all stages of electoral process, healthy and safe environments for voting, reforms of electoral laws, inclusivity of youth, women and persons with disability, voter and political education, and ensuring functionality of election equipment. Oge Ihimekmen, AIT News, Abuja.
The People's Democratic